We draw our knees up so that our feet are flat on the mat, heels and toes both touching. We'll start by tipping our pelvis upward and lifting one vertebrae at a time as we inhale, pressing our hips up toward the ceiling. And then lowering one vertebrae at a time all the way back down, ending with our tailbone. On our next big deep breath, we'll lift and press as high as we can, lowering back down nice and slowly all the way to the mat. Big deep breath, lifting up, squeezing those glute muscles, those hamstring muscles in the low back, and then reversing that, squeezing abdominal muscles as we lower back down. Then release everything for a split second, inhale and pressing right back up toward the ceiling. Trying to get maybe just a little bit higher as you go each time. Continue through this a few times on your own breath. Lift and press. Controlling as we lower. And ending with that tailbone. Let's draw the knees into the chest, hugging them tightly. A little rocking motion side to side if you can draw the tailbone up off the mat. Breathing and relaxing the shoulders. Keeping the feet right where they are, knees in toward the chest. We're going to take hands reaching up toward the ceiling, working on warming up our core. As we lower one foot to the floor, we'll lower the same hand down toward the thigh, coming back to center. Left side, lower the foot, lower the hand, and back to center. Inhale as we lower. Right side, and back to center. Inhale as you lower left side. Exhale back to center. Inhale lowering right side. Center. Inhale left side. Exhale center. Again right side and center. Pressing the small of the back into the mat. Keeping the abdominal wall strong. Reaching up toward the ceiling. This time we're going to take the hand overhead. Opposite hand with opposite foot. Right hand, left foot lower. Come back to center. Left hand, right foot lower. And back to center. A little more intensity on the core. Staying warm. Squeezing through your abdominal wall and breathing. Inhale as you lower right foot, left hand. Right hand, left foot, and back to center. One more time. And back to center. Right hand, and back to center. Taking the feet all the way to the mat, hands down, we'll stretch and lengthen. Reaching up overhead, lengthen from fingertips to toes, relax. And then we'll draw the knees up into the chest to continue our warm-up. Hugging them nice and tight. And then releasing hands out to a T position, we'll take fingertips down toward the floor and we'll drop the knees to the right side. Come back to center. Inhale, dropping to the left side. Exhale, coming back to center. Keep the knees drawn in close. As you go from side to side, working through your breath, we'll go through this pattern several times. Breathe, keeping the shoulders pinned down to the mat, letting the hips lift up as you rock from side to side. Tight core, pressing the lower back into the mat when you come back to center. Expanding the chest. And dropping as far as you can go. Keep those knees up in toward your chest. Now we're going to raise the feet up just a little bit, increasing the angle of the knees, making it a little more difficult on our core. And rocking side to side. Take those feet from one side to the other. Knees slightly bent. Squeezing the core muscles. Pressing the low back into the mat. Using the entire abdominal wall. Pelvic floor muscles in tight. And don't forget to breathe. Right. And back to center. And left. And back to center. When we come back to center, let's cross the ankles, grab the big toes, and rock ourselves up to a seated position. We'll take hands to the mat and come onto all fours, scooting back to the back part of our mat. Taking a big deep breath in neutral position and preparing to go into our cat and cow. We'll start in our cow position, sagging the belly, lifting the head, big deep breath. And then exhale, arching into cat pose, tucking the chin, tucking the hips. Back into our sagging position, squeezing the low back. Exhale, arching into our cat pose, squeezing the abdominal muscles. Continuing to flow through this on your own breath as we inhale into cow and exhale into cat. Switching from squeezing our low back muscles to squeezing our abdominal muscles, becoming aware of the muscles that you're using. Staying aware of the breath, flowing nice and slowly and smoothly from one pose to another. Finishing up one more, and then we sit back into child's pose.